Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready to meet some incredible talents. People who push past boundaries and make the impossible look easy. All right, let's dive in. Imagine a dance of steel and earth. This video is not simply a scene of an excavator at work, but a spectacular display of the enduring power of the Tata Hitachi X200LC. A giant dump truck loaded with dirt and rocks was lying on its side after an accident, looking miserable. The rescue work was put at a high level of danger. At that moment, a giant yellow machine appeared. It was the Komatsu PC-210 excavator. A long-arm excavator, once a symbol of power and precision, is now struggling in a difficult test. Its long boom, once majestically reaching to the farthest reaches, is now sinking it deeper into the deadly quagmire. A breathtaking scene unfolded as the powerful cat excavator, traditionally a symbol of power on the construction site, now lay motionless at the bottom of the river. Half of the vehicle was submerged in the water, creating an impressive and haunting image of this unexpected incident. A giant D11R bulldozer, the epitome of muscle power, roared its engine. In front of it was a giant boulder, towering like a small mountain, blocking the road. The D11R rushed forward, its massive steel blade digging deep into the ground, pushing the power of hundreds of horsepower into the boulder. Witness the ultimate display of giant machines. A powerful Komatsu PC-3000 devouring buckets of dirt and rocks, dumping them noisily into the buckets of mighty Cat 777s. middle of a vast swamp, a giant excavator is stuck, deep in thick mud. This is not just a simple accident. This is a real fight to rescue a machine worth billions of dollars. A giant mechanical monster is tearing up the earth. It is the bucket wheel excavator, the heart of every open-pit coal mine. With rows of giant buckets on constantly rotating wheels, it is not simply shoveling dirt. It is devouring coal chunks, creating deep trenches that completely change the landscape. Picture the Kubota U-15-3, not just a mini excavator, but a compact warrior. Weighing in at around 1.7 tons and boasting a 13 horsepower engine, it was built to dominate tight spaces. In the middle of the majestic mountains, the giant Komatsu D575 is roaring to work. This is not just any bulldozer. This is the world's largest bulldozer with incredible power cutting mountains and leveling hills. Buckle up! This video takes you straight to the job sites where the line between safety and disaster blurs. Witness dangerous heavy equipment handling, fatal mistakes, and moments you won't believe your eyes. Imagine a chaotic scene. Massive dump trucks lying on their sides after the accident, debris strewn about. But then, like a ray of hope, a Cat 320C excavator and bulldozer rushed into action. Dredging May Prachin Reservoir is tough work for dump trucks, not just moving the mud. But it is important to face real challenges on every road. The dredged area is full of mud and heavy debris. This makes these trucks work harder to lift and move the heavy objects. Get ready to see the most powerful mining machines on the planet. The P&H4100XPC, Bucyrus 495HR, and Cat 7495 are more than just ordinary excavators. They are true electronic giants, designed to devour tons of rock and ore every day.
Quay ở bên này. Đây là số tay gần rồi. Ông ra vô bên kia sát. Cái sát đi rồi, sát đi. Vậy thì bố sắp theo đi. Để sẽ béo nữa. Đấy. Đi cái chỗ này.
In the midst of this scene, a giant excavator appeared like a hero. The engine roared, the powerful bucket reached out, and the work of releasing the water began. Pieces of wood and mud were pried up, breaking the solid structure of the beaver dam. The Cat 316 excavator, a giant machine, dug deep into the ground, relentlessly digging and draining a pond. Its powerful arms plunged into the murky depths, scooping up huge mouthfuls of mud and water, dumping them into a growing mound.
Don't get too close right here, this whole thing's gonna go down.
A giant Liebherr 744 bulldozer stood tall against the stubborn rocks. Its sharp steel blade, as powerful as a monster, slowly lowered, digging deep into the ground. A deep growl echoed in the distance, and then the ground began to shake slightly. From behind the dust, a giant figure emerged. It was an excavator, with a shiny steel bucket and a powerful crane reaching up like a giant arm. A powerful Komatsu D60 bulldozer, with its giant blade, is diligently leveling the ground. It pushes away the rocks and soil, creating a smooth, solid surface, the perfect foundation for a future school. A truck has broken down, lying in the middle of the road in need of emergency help. Not just one, but 2 truck accidents in a row, creating a big challenge. But don't worry, this is where the real heroes appear. Giant bulldozers and excavators. Imagine a bustling construction site where the rhythm of construction resonates. There, a powerful Caterpillar E120B excavator, with its sharp steel bucket, relentlessly digs and moves huge blocks of earth and rock. A giant cat excavator was operating, suddenly lost balance and flipped over horribly. A deafening sound tore through the air, and the giant steel block fell down like a wounded animal. Dust flew up, obscuring the view, but the image of the excavator tilting and deformed was still haunting.
Yeah.
The Liebherr R9350 doesn't just move, it climbs like a real beast. Step by step, this giant machine is bravely working on higher terrain, conquering seemingly impossible slopes. Picture this spectacular sight. A giant machine, a Liebherr 974 excavator, with overwhelming power and size being prepared to move. This is no ordinary trip. It requires absolute precision and top-notch specialized equipment. It is not just a vehicle, but the backbone of the timber industry. The log truck is the bridge between the deep wild forest and the outside world. It works silently, carrying ancient tree trunks and heavy logs over miles of rugged, dangerous roads. Imagine a dance of steel and earth. This video is not simply a scene of an excavator at work, but a spectacular display of the enduring power of the Tata Hitachi X200LC.
Naik. Saya mau putar ini. Wah, ini ada yang turun juga.
Long-arm excavator, once a symbol of power and precision, is now struggling in a difficult test. Its long boom, once majestically reaching to the farthest reaches, is now sinking it deeper into the deadly quagmire.
Selalu kita singkong itu sama.
In the middle of the majestic mountains, the giant Komatsu D575 is roaring to work. This is not just any bulldozer. This is the world's largest bulldozer with incredible power cutting mountains and leveling hills. Get ready to see the most powerful mining machines on the planet. The P&H4100XPC, Bucyrus 495HR, and Cat 7495 are more than just ordinary excavators. They are true electronic giants, designed to devour tons of rock and ore every day.
หลังฝนถล่มมันก็จะหดๆมันเอาละเอาเยี่ยมลื่นครับลื่นครับโอ้โหมันโหดนะ
Mine's not broken off by the car. No, you don't know this. You can really look. Look back.
Dredging May Prachin Reservoir is tough work for dump trucks, not just moving the mud. But it is important to face real challenges on every road. The dredged area is full of mud and heavy debris. This makes these trucks work harder to lift and move the heavy objects.
กระชนยกเลยเรียบร้อยแล้วท่านผู้ชมโย่
You don't want to see videos or anything.
Then all those pipes, the trucks are loaded, and it just tipped.
Lovely.
Which means we're gonna be all right now.
I'm gonna have to call again.
You're good.
Thank you for watching. I hope these moments will help you relax after a stressful day at work. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Goodbye, and see you again.